Hi, my name is Melissa Hogan, and I decided to do my presentation on the Polnet system, which was a data system created by the Turkish Police Department. I decided to go within my own field and do my project on the Polnet system just because I am trying to go into law enforcement and be a police officer and trying to get my career started as soon as I graduate this spring of 2020. So I decided to find the importance and the failures and the pros and the cons of knowledge management. So an overview of today's presentation will be the Polnet system, tactic knowledge, expected knowledge, the Polnet system failures, pros and cons, and suggestions for improvements. So the Polnet system was created by the Turkish Police Department, and it was adopted by the TMP and for the knowledge sharing tool. The Polnet is an interact system that allows knowledge transferring among all police departments in Turkey, and not only Turkey but also worldwide if the data is needed. So the Polnet system established the networks to basically network with other departments such as security, terror, and traffic. It also has an external information network with other governments agencies like the National Intelligence Organization and the Ministry of Defense and Justice. The system not only transfers data, but it also transfers and can enable audio, images, and videos that are also shared amongst departments, which is really important because if there is like a serial killer or a rapist and a certain department has the investigation but he tends to go out of the district into another police department's territory, then they can allow to share similar data about the case, and it's really important to actually have that knowledge sharing tool. So tactic knowledge was it's basically going to be the type of knowledge that is not taught by books but by personal experience on the job. Tactic knowledge management is included in two areas: sharing knowledge and creating knowledge on the field of work. This type of knowledge is kind of like the I'm senior so I know better, which sometimes with this Polnet system, it was used because people did not want to use the system and weren't using it properly. So, because of its doubts of the Polnet system, this is where tactic knowledge did become a failure. Expected knowledge, this knowledge can be easily transmitted to others and can be codified, stored, and accessed, but it can be easily transmitted to others. Most forms of expected knowledge can be stored in certain media. In managing expected knowledge, the following steps can be used: identification, analysis, and selection, capturing and documenting, retrieving, storing, and accessing, and updating knowledge. And this is basically what the Polnet system was consisted of. So to be shared with other departments. So the Polnet system failure. The Polnet system failed because it was not being utilized by expertise in the knowledge management. The Polnet system also had failure because other agencies did not use the knowledge management to transfer data, images, and videos to share with other agencies. The data software, like the Polnet system, can be effective if all agencies choose to cooperate in the database to assist the internet system that allows knowledge transferring among all police departments in Turkey. But because certain departments chose not to participate in knowledge sharing activities, this is where the system failed. Also, due to agencies not wanting to use the Polnet system, there was a very big lack of funding for the system, and it also has its disadvantages of the extent of knowledge that not may be understood or recognized because not all agencies are on the same page. Nobody wants to cooperate. Then this is where the system fails, and Turkey won't want to fund the proper fund for the Polnet system. So if one agency is on this one page and the other agency is on another, then expected knowledge can't be transferred because basically this is where tactic knowledge does come into play of why should we share data, or the seniority rule of I am a senior so I know better, and then data cannot be transferred. um, So the pros of the system would probably be of all agencies come together to utilize the system, the Polnet system will be successful with its purpose. The system was made to assist officers in working with other agencies in sharing data, photos, and passing knowledge, and overall to assist preventing crime and helping communities in data sharing. So this is a big pro that all agencies have to come together because they are a brotherhood. All agencies, it doesn't matter the color of uniform. They all, we all well. All law enforcement is basically has a purpose, and that's to prevent crime and help the community. So, if data in any police organization is necessary for police officers to serve the public and pressure criminals in investigation, any single part of a written report about traffic accidents or scene investigations, such as location, time, this is part of data, and this is used in policing. So, this is a big pro that to use expected knowledge in policing because of the importance of all that I have listed. And here is knowledge management and basically like a little map of the insights, information, practice, technologies, and how the process and advice and insights. The only cons about this Polnet system is that it was time consuming. A lot of agencies don't have time to sit there and understand how other agencies work and how like their system work. Like for example, LAPD has certain codes and radio codes versus Los Angeles Sheriff's Department has their codes, in a different manner. So there could be a confliction of interest. So knowledge management activities throughout their companies to expand their learning tools. This is where the system fails. Other companies struggle to understand the importance of knowledge management and do not understand the issue of a different management framework that should be applied in organizations throughout the world. So, like I said, sometimes learning is time consuming, and tactic knowledge does take into play of I know better comes into play with seniority. But this was a very important project for me because it taught me the importance of knowledge management. I had options of doing other departments and other system failures and theory failures, but I decided just to go with the importance of these two as to why, data is such an important role in law enforcement and the importance of knowledge management activities to be applied to law enforcement agencies just because, you know, knowledge sharing tool is important, especially when it comes to finding new ways to prevent crime or also assisting others in preventing crime and also just uniting as a brotherhood because the Lord does want us to work together and not against each other. But thank you so much for your time today, and this is my one of my last classes in my spring semester, and I hope you enjoyed my presentation. You have a wonderful day.